What's going on, everybody? It's Zach Conway back again with another review. Today I'm going to be talking about another one of my favorite films of the year. It Was Just an Accident, directed by Jafar Panahi. Now, a bit of backstory on this one. It premiered at the 2025 Cannes Film Festival and won the Palme d'Or. Jafar Panahi is an Iranian filmmaker who was politically imprisoned by the government for speaking out, quote unquote, and just like complete authoritarianism going on over there. And I said I instead of he. He had to make this film in complete secret and exiled to Paris after making it, I believe. I'm not too sure on the background of, I believe he lives in Paris now. I'm not quite sure about that, but I noticed that there was a lot of French logos at the start of this film. So I believe as well that Paris is also campaigning it for their best international feature entry at the Oscars this year. Now, this film is an incredibly limited release, and so I won't talk about the plot super, I'll kind of just vaguely speak about it instead of speaking about it broadly. I I don't really know. Actually, you know what? I do know where to start about where to start for this one. Sorry. Jafar Panahi is pissed off, and he has stuff to say about his government and the state of the world. And I honestly think that this film, now obviously, I'm a white dude in Canada, so I can't exactly compare my situation to what this man very clearly went through against his government, but the pain that this man has, and just the bitter vindictiveness against his government is so apparent in the filmmaking. And I loved how, from minute, this is one of the most tense thrillers I've seen in a very long time. From the minute the words "it was just an accident" were uttered in the film, from that point I was locked in until the end credits. It felt like maybe, I don't know, 15 minutes, and it was an hour. I believe this movie's an hour and 45 minutes, so that's just a testament to how well edited it is. It's incredibly tense. The cinematography is incredible. There's a shot toward the end that lasts about, I think it's 11 minutes or 12 minutes of the, without the camera cutting. So that's incredible. I, I really enjoyed this film, and I think that Jafar Panahi is a very good filmmaker. As with The Mastermind, which if you haven't checked out my Mastermind review yet, then I suggest you go do that. But I haven't seen much of Jafar. Quite frankly, this is my only Jafar Panahi film, but I desperately would like to go back and watch his films because I want to get a sense of this guy's filmmaking identity, because this film especially is just a totemic piece of work, and you can tell that this guy has been through absolute hell and back, and it shows in the filmmaking, and it's an incredibly bold and courageous movie that I really enjoyed. I think that not courageous, but not full of courage. Sorry, this movie's not courage. It's just, I really like filmmaking like this, where quite frankly, and I don't know how, maybe my view count might get taken down a bit by talking like this, but like I've said, you can tell Jafar just does not give a fuck, and this film feels very of the time, quite frankly. And I really enjoyed it, and I hope that people get a chance to see it. It is an incredibly limited release right now. I don't know what the release plan is that Neon has. Yes, this is a Neon movie. Yeah, I think that Jafar Panahi's direction in this as well. Just everything about this movie it's one of my favorite films of the year so far. It's an incredibly tense thriller with probably the best final shot of the decade. I have never been so scared of the creaking of a prosthetic leg ever. Like that, like creaking noise, I still think about it. And I saw this movie like a week ago. I loved it. I desperately hope that people go out and see this. And I'm gonna give this movie 5 out of 5 on my rating scale. I think that both Eddington, One Battle After Another, and Begonia and this are an incredible example of our current political world landscape. I think that this is an absolute masterwork from a master filmmaker, and I hope that Jafar Panahi gets his flowers this year. I'm going to give this movie 5 out of 5, like I said. I really, really liked this one, and I hope that people go out and see it. I don't know. I think it's going wide at some point. I hope it does. I have no idea. But please like, share, and subscribe if you liked listening to me ramble about It Was Just an Accident. And I will see you guys in the next review. Toodles.